Go live here. It's on the Facebook. And then go full screen. And we in here.
We on the show. Afternoon.
Yeah.
Afternoon.
Good. I guess it is afternoon. But yeah, we back. I'm back.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
Back with a new face to y'all, old face to me. A lot of years. Yeah, man. This is a great transition into just what I actually want this show to become, where I feel like I can take it. It's a great comfort zone here.
Very comfortable.
And I don't know. I just feel like we can both get into our retrospective bags. And for y'all that don't know how to say the name over here, this is my mother. I call her Lakita, but she go by Keisha Day.
Yes. Hi, everyone.
Let me stop my music. So just the reintroduction of it all. We're gonna get into a reintroduction. This is the More Than podcast, and the true direction that I want to take this is just being able to really delve into certain topics that play through my mind that I see in the world, or that I just analyze through the world, and also in just my regular life, just day to day. Yeah, so today's topic, we'll just be talking about why, how, and you already said why, just people choosing to suffer and walk their journeys in silence and have that tough face.
That's a good one. It's going to be good.
And I'm just going to ask you, in hearing me say, or just hearing and thinking about people suffering in silence, whether it's you talking about yourself personally or your journey personally, why do you think we choose to just go on about life in silence? Why do you think we choose to go on and not really pour out our journey day to day to people?
Well, me personally, I just think it has to do with not showing any weakness to what you're actually going through behind, closed doors, or just on a personal level. And, it's just, like I say, it's weakness to me.
Why do you feel like it would be weakness, though? If that makes sense, like what about sharing outwardly is weakness for you?
Well, just depending on, if you're always portrayed on the outside world as being a strong, like, go-getter, or just, having on a poker face is basically, but it can also just be around the surroundings of your associates and friends and what title or image they hold. So you don't want to show your weakness if you've never showed your weakness to the people that you surround yourself with. If that makes sense. On that behalf of weakness.
Hold on real quick. I'm trying to see if I can hear myself over here. Hold on. But nah, I hear what you're saying.
I mean, that's just one way of looking at it,
Yeah, nah, I can't hear me. Hold on. I'm gonna fix this real quick.
Sounds
I can hear you perfect, but I just can't hear me.
Okay, well, we got to hear you too.
Let me see if I can hear myself like this. Can I hear myself? Can I hear myself? Yo, 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 yo. Still can't.
You still can't.
So how am I gonna fix this? because it should be picking up out my mic.
I can hear you. I can hear me here, but
I know they can hear me on YouTube. I can guarantee that. Sorry for the pause. We'll pick back up.
Tap back in there.
Sure. Just got to make sure it's right. I remember where we left off at. It's just crazy that I can't hear myself.
You normally hear yourself if you were.
All right, let's see. Yeah. Okay, you can hear that, but you can't hear me.
I can hear you. Now I can't hear you. Say, I can't hear you. No.
Camera, audio.
There you go.
Yeah, I know you can hear me.
Now I can. I wasn't hearing you like maybe seconds ago.
All right.
All right, sound good. And you clear, loud and clear.
It's just weird that I can't hear myself on Facebook. Hold on. I'm about to check YouTube to guarantee that I'm not tripping and it's just Facebook.
Okay.
Yeah, that's crazy. Is that because it's splitting my audio? I think it's because it's splitting my audio.
Okay. So it's just no end on what, YouTube or Facebook?
Yeah, on Facebook they can't hear me, which I'll just repost it. So it'll just rock. Okay. But no, so yeah. Do you think it's because did you just build up a callous to, you know, being like you just got to be macho out in this world, like nothing's phasing you? Like, do you feel like you have to portray that you can't be broken by the world? Do you feel like that's a huge thing?
Yeah, that can be one huge aspect of it because, like I say again, when you're around who you're around, and basically, I just portray myself to be a strong person. So if I'm around someone else that's showing their weakness towards me, I have to remain strong. I feel like I can't put my weakness on them because.
Do you feel like it's a lack of vulnerability that you have, or like, because I know for me, I just much rather go through my journey in silence because I feel like I have a strong belief that no one else is going to help me out of my situation other than me, to where I shun people. I shun people whenever I'm, trekking through.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, because like I say again, I mean, I should say that, yeah, I suffer in silence, point blank. For me, it's just more of a comfort zone for me. Mm-hmm. I don't want to bring anyone into my, you know what I'm saying? Like my suffering, because who wants to suffer? But I don't want to bring or tag anyone along as I'm basically healing in my time of trying to get out of the suffering stage.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, I think I mainly do mines because it's just like, I was about to say, I don't feel like anybody understands how, like, in that moment to help me progressively work through what I'm going through. But it's more so just me understanding that, like, my expectation of what I would enjoy for somebody to do in those moments just will never happen. So I don't expect to reach out to do it. I just, which is weird and which is counterproductive, because then you got like a lot of people that feel a certain way when you choose to do your suffering in silence. They feel like it's a issue that you have with them, you know?
Right. Which it does. It comes off wrong. I mean, because sometimes you have to have that a long time. Sometimes it's not a short period of a long time, and that makes others feel like you're trying to be distanced from them, or So yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah,
and it has nothing to do with that. But the people who understand, and the ones who don't, it's
Yeah. Nah, so it's funny because it makes you wonder, because I'm sure you I know I can analyze when I see a person mulling and suffering in like mental. Mainly, I don't know if it's because I can identify with somebody on their journey mentally, because I know what that space looks like in myself.
Right.
But when you see it, do you have like a piece you just like, oh man, I wish I could help or / fix that person in that moment in this place that they are in? Like, and you don't even have to know what their moment is. You just feel like, is there anything that I can do to boost that person's morale?
Well, me being the person that I am, because I'm morally goofy around others, I'd rather see people happy anyway. Can't make them happy, but I'd rather see them happy. So I just try to snap, like when I first just notice or sense it, it's like I do something to make them laugh, like snap out of that whatever mental moment that they're having when it's all shown on the outside, But it's hard when they don't share it and it's wearing on the outside. I'll say it like that. But I just try to make people laugh or happy, or take their mind away from that whatever they're going through at that time. So that's what I try to do in a sense like that. But
no, I asked that because I don't know. I analyzed this about myself recently. I have an issue with I think mine is more so not with strangers. It's more so with like people that I consider in my circle.
Right.
I have a way to be like, oh man, to want to protect somebody from the world or their issues. And I'm like, is that just me in my ego or my pride in a way, thinking that I have the ability to help and fix?
No, I mean, because everything's like built off of emotions, and basically I'm gonna just say the energy that people give that's in your circle, when something's off, if that makes sense. So it's not your ego, it's just that we all have high expectations, but nonetheless we can't expect them all, anything for real. But
yeah, because you do run into those people, me, that think that you could fix every situation, like it's just you fixing, and not realizing you really can't do that.
No, you can't. No, you cannot. I mean, nobody can fix anything. You have to do that within self, and that's hard. That's the hard case. But some people, they're not looking for like a fix, someone to fix them. It's just like it's like an aid. Like they want you to aid in things, or be in that same, like, say for instance, you come around or I come around and somebody's down, and I'm like, you open yourself up and ask, hey, what's going on, how are you feeling? And they really don't tell you, but it's something. So you try to, like I say, you try to turn the table, switch it. If they don't want to talk about it, don't talk about it. But I always want things to go my way exactly, you know what I'm saying? Like meaning, like, why can everybody be like, not so much be like me, but just be in a happy state, be happy within themselves, or don't dwell on things for forever, or hold grudges for forever, when, or just false accusations or however.
I'm that way in a certain extent as far as wanting emotions to be how I want emotions to be in the space that I am. Mm-hmm. But that's selfishness, isn't it not, though?
Yes, it's very much selfish. But why not try to, still invite it, get it out of that person and invite it into the circle that's there? Because if you're showing all this, it's in them too. Some of them just might not know it. Some of them might just hold it back in, or whoever they feel comfortable around, and then maybe they can have the same vibe or whatever. But it's hard, it's a hard deal. Everybody different, nobody's the same, but we're all relatable in some type of way.
Yeah, so steering back into the suffering part of it. So I consider myself a joy bringer whenever I choose to be, unless I'm just being hardened. Mm-hmm. And it's always it's a lot of joy bringers out in the world that pour out into the world, into other people, giving. Mm-hmm. But do you think that? So I feel like there's no way for the person that on earth that is a giver emotionally and energy wise is going to receive back the same way. You get what I mean? So do you think that it's a way, like, do you think that it's not possible for those people to get what they give out back? Or do you just think that the people receiving just don't see that the person that's giving out ran out of the steam that they pour out, if that makes sense, and they aren't there for the person that's bringing them continuous joy?
Right. That's right. I like that. So I'm gonna just say, with that being said, I don't think some people are aware.
You don't think some people?
Some people, most people, like, for real, like, they not aware, like, okay, they just be like, oh, okay, she's always happy, she's always this, or I know when they come, this is what is to be expected, right? Mm-hmm. You know how they say, oh, people are stuck in their ways, right? Well, some people choose just to be that big bubbly burst of energy, and some people just choose to be in that, I'm gonna say, ho hum energy, to where, okay, but when they're trying to show it, I'm gonna just say it's a difference of when people's trying to show, good humor, or just fun in reality, not so much fun, but excitement or just joy of life anyways. They're not going to do that, because number one, everybody's afraid to be judged. I'm gonna say it like that. So they just try to stay in a warm space of themselves, so they won't act weird, as such as, people call me weird, but I'd rather be weird than just some type of, oh, I ain't gonna say nothing, or, but
weird is misunderstood.
Yeah. So it's just like, I still think that they know. I'm gonna just say it like this: with the person that I am, and like the people that I have chose to kind of back away from, or just, separate myself from, I know they miss me. I know they miss my energy. I know they miss my love. But guess what? It's not going anywhere. It's just that the distance has to be brought in between, because I don't want it to bring me down.
And they don't understand. They don't understand that the separation of you, because I know what you're talking about. But anyways, the separation of you choosing to reserve your energy for self and self-healing and pouring in inwardly, I don't think people understand that. People look at what you cut off rather than the big picture of what you're doing for yourself.
What you're doing, yeah. Then that can be mentally, that can be anything. I mean, like physically, spiritually, like all kinds of ways that you just, separate yourself. I mean, it's only for the good, but
it's only for the good.
It really is. It really is.
But no, so because when you first set out as a person that pours out and is known as a people person when you're actually not a people person.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know I'm not really a people person. I can communicate with people and
Mm-hmm.
have a good time in the right spaces.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that when it come back to me entertaining, as I like to say, getting done entertaining, stepping off that stage and, you know, making people enjoy themselves,
Mm-hmm.
it's fatiguing, and no one gets to understand that and feel that at the end of it.
Right.
Along with like what other problems you got going on currently or whatever.
Right.
Nobody sees that, which ties back into suffering in silence. Like if I guess it's easier to suffer in silence because everybody don't look at the big picture of like, all right, this person got a life, this person got a life, this person got a life.
Mm-hmm.
People just focus on what they feel in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they like, oh man, I really miss this person, it isn't, oh, I wonder what this person is doing or how this person is. Is, hey, I miss this person because I need this person because I'm missing a piece of happiness in myself.
Right. Right. That is so true.
So like that's the thing that's weird because for me, it's not, oh, I miss this person because of the lack of happiness. It's, how can I put it? I think I lead with how are you doing faster than I do with, hey, I miss you. Because
right.
Because I would much rather know that you in a better space rather than being like, hey, I miss you, and it feeling like I'm piling on an obligation of you feeling like you need to be seen or be around.
Mm-hmm. That's a good point. That's a good point. I mean, it really is. I mean, because that's the main thing. And then 9 times out of 10, most times when you ask people how they're doing, the same answer. Oh, I'm doing good.
Yeah.
But in reality, are you really? And then when you ask that question, are you really?
No, hey, I like that question right there has always been a funny thing because in my life skills class when I was in college for that brief stint, the teacher goes, yeah, I have an exercise for us today. He was like, I'm gonna ask y'all how y'all doing one day, just at random. And he was like, I need y'all to get past being like, oh yeah, I'm good. Da, 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 da. He's like, no, tell me what you're actually going through in that moment, in those days. So one day, like, cause you know it's force of habit. You walk in, oh, how you doing? Da, 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 da. Oh, he caught me off guard. He said, oh, my day's shit. And it just continues to goes down like the well of why. And it makes you, it attaches you from being like, oh, okay. And it forces you to think about because you know it's coming back to you. Oh, well, yeah, this is what I'm going through. How are you doing? So it makes you funnel through everything that you're going through in that moment when somebody breaks down that rhythmic, scripted barrier of, oh, everything's great. I'm good.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
What's up, Brandy?
Yeah,
I know you can't hear me.
Hi, Brandy. Hi, Brandy.
But now,
cousin.
it's just, it's the formality of it because it's just years of being taught to chug along. And mainly because the world was slower at a point in time, so it was easier to chug along because you have more processing time. But in today's day and age, everything's racing. You don't even sleep. Yeah. You don't even sleep well without your mind racing.
Right. That's true.
And I don't know. I feel like it's just a. I know you can't hear me. You gonna tell her to go to YouTube. I'm gonna tell her I'm gonna drop the YouTube link in the comments.
Go to YouTube.
Tell her I'm gonna drop the YouTube.
Go to YouTube. I can't type it in.
Nah, I'm gonna type it. I'm gonna get the link real quick.
But yeah, that's why I was like, when people come up to you and basically really tell you, you ask me how I'm doing, I'm gonna tell you, right?
Yeah.
You don't expect it, but then once they tell you, you just thinking like, dang, oh my God, like, or something like that, like, then you left like, okay, well, I hope everything gets better, or the ones that be like, okay, how are you doing? Oh, I'm here. Okay, are you not happy that you're here? Like
Mm-hmm.
what's the, but it's just that's the question of the every day. And then some get upset when you don't even ask them how are you. You just go straight to the point, or people go straight to the point. I'd be like, that's my, how are you today, or how are you this morning, or
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and
you
it's like,
don't. Some of
oh,
the times you don't even have to ask. It's just the simple fact of acknowledgement for a lot of people.
Yep,
Because
yep.
people, I have a knack for it because I don't like to be the center of attention. I like to walk around because I don't enjoy the attention. I like to strip away what I call my aura and my ego, which is a bad thing. I'm gonna talk about
Yes, it
that one day.
is. Yes, it
Um,
is.
I like to walk around some days feeling invisible. I don't like to be approached.
Right. Me neither. That's what I was like, and I know that it surprises many, you know what I'm saying? And then the people that I choose, like I say again, I could say hello to a stranger or anybody walking by or coming in or presents, but after that I'd rather just go ahead and disappear. Like like I don't want to be seen, but in our reality, we're gonna always be seen. It's just like, oh shoot, but I mean, it's not good at all. You still have to. I mean, somebody gotta see you.
Yeah.
Somebody gotta see you, like have you, So it's
Well,
like,
now me wanting to walk around unbothered and invisible
mhm,
is that just stems from just so many times in adolescence, people, mainly just the adults, coming up and being like, just analyzing personalities
yeah,
and just saying that my personality was big,
mhm,
which
mhm,
is still big. My personality
yeah,
offends a lot of people whenever I'm
mhm,
being outwards.
mhm,
Um, but I don't know. I feel like these coming days, months, and whatever. I
mhm.
know. Go to YouTube. Tell Sparkle to go click on that YouTube link. Tell her I'll repost the YouTube feed. Hello?
Yeah,
Tell her to click the YouTube link in the what's the name.
I said, I thought you said hello to me.
You
Yeah,
can't hear
so
me, girl? Tell Sparkle to click the YouTube link. She's saying she can't hear me. Am I frozen?
they're saying you frozen.
No, can you hear me? She's saying she can't hear me. Just tell her to click the YouTube link. Yeah, you got me feeling like I'm tripping.
Who?
You can't hear
Me?
me?
I
Yeah.
can hear you. I was
Tell tell her to click the YouTube link.
Click the YouTube link. Go to the link and click on YouTube, the YouTube link. Can
Yeah,
y'all hear me?
yeah, they can hear you.
Oh, okay. Hi everyone. Then I don't know who y'all are, but
Yeah.
hey.
You goofy. Yo, I promise y'all this is only CBD.
Only CBD, tobacco free.
But no, yeah, it's just it's a weird place to place it because a lot of the times we're not it's not only suffering in silence. I feel like
Mhm,
we're taking that necessary journey in a lot of ways if you're not running from it.
mhm, mhm,
Which I'm just now in a place to where I'm not running from what my journey is, not
mhm.
running from what my true self is.
Good, good. That's a good thing. Yes, good. Yeah.
And it's like once you reach the place of not running anymore,
Mhm.
it it's easier than you denying what is actually in your face,
Right, right.
you know, because you can deny it and always be trapped with it, but if you don't work through it, it's just still there. It's just gonna stay
It's
there,
still there. Yeah.
you know. So
Yeah.
it's a forever suffering.
Right. That's what I say. So that's why I say that'll be a whole different journey. Once you accept it, face it, that's a whole different journey. You're not even suffering in silence. You just healing in silence, if that
Mm-hmm.
makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Which that's the difference between suffering and whatever not. Which I didn't want to just harp on the suffering side which I don't know. I feel like everybody's eventually forced out of the suffering. The more you run from it, it eventually catches you. And when it catches you, I mean, a lot of different people do different things in those moments when, when it catches you.
I wonder, am I looking like I'm swiping anything? I'm sorry. It was.
Nah, you good. Fidgeting is fidgeting. I'm moving.
Okay.
Feel free.
But yeah, so it's just like you looking at yourself in the mirror, right? That's how you gotta face it, because it's already there. It's already there. So once you looking at yourself in the mirror and you saying, okay, I know who I am. It's just that, and I know what I'm going through, and you just have to, face it, go through it, answer into it, and or basically get the help that you need, because is order if you want something to be fixed in your life, in your journey.
Yeah. Now, so I'm not even gonna lie to you. The thing, it was actually a TV show that really made me stare at myself and analyze myself. And I keep talking about this show because this show is dangerous, and I really hope a lot of the Black community goes and watch it. It's on HBO Max, and it's David Makes Man.
Okay.
And there's a part in the second season. It's in the second season, and his therapist, I think, gives him homework to basically communicate and whatever. No, it wasn't even his therapist. You know how people do the affirmation, like it's an affirmation app on your phone. It tells you, say this today, da 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 da. So he's looking in the mirror, and simultaneously he's going to counseling. So he's running from counseling, which counseling makes you face your real self. And the affirmation just tells you to pour positivity on top of the crap that you don't want to deal with.
Right.
So a part in the affirmation, it goes like he's looking in the mirror, and it tells him to tell himself he loves himself. So he's looking at himself, but the traumatic side of him looking at himself, he sees the entrapment of his traumatized young self, and his young self is looking back at him, and his young self starts to break down in the mirror because his young self realizes that he hates himself. He doesn't love himself. So that's why it's funny in watching it. It made me analyze, and I'm like, do you love yourself?
Yeah.
And in the times of running from just what is obvious, it was a 50-50 answer for me. It's like sometimes I love myself, but a lot of the times no. And it took for me to want to go down the path of why I don't love myself to start working on not suffering in silence. Because it's like, what about myself aren't I loving?
Right.
So yeah.
So that's good. That was good. That was really good.
So
because that's true. I mean, that's a good analogy as far as breaking it down on how that's one way of looking at it, one way of doing it,
Yeah.
And you get the outside world tears you down more than you know it. So that also makes you question yourself. So,
well, I don't think it's easier for the new generation. You feel like you got to drink the water off screen.
Sorry, I ain't trying to.
Nah, you good. You good. It's easier for the social media generation to not love themselves. Especially if you find, like, if you seek validation from off the internet, and if you like to compare your life to the internet. That's the dangerous part of it.
It's dangerous. It's real dangerous.
And to keep it a buck, I feel like a lot of people, I don't even think it's a lot of people don't love themselves. I think a lot of people don't love their lives. And a lot of people get trapped in not knowing how to go after or find solace, or not complacency, because complacency is dangerous. Finding refuge and comfortability and knowing that, I'm in this place right now, But if I find my path and figure out what my path is, and pray, do whatever you do spiritually, and walk those steps, they can find that happiness that is for them, rather than being like, yo, I see this person taking this trip and they own a boat. Or XYZ, you know what I mean?
Yeah, just and looking through the lives of people that's hiding their own
I mean, the internet is fabrication,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Back in the day, the fabrication was nobody would see it. They call them the habitual liars.
Yeah.
So it was easy to be like, oh, I did XYZ, whoom, and you ain't had wasn't no proof behind that. So people would find
truth
their momentary happiness in the lie, because people believe you're doing something. But now you can take a picture in front of a car that you just out of town, and you're like, oh, this is what I'm driving, the whole time you walking. You get what I mean?
Right.
But people don't look at hindsight 2020 and other people's lives and think, what do they have to go through to obtain those things? They think, I just want those things. So then within them wanting and not either knowing how to create, not wanting to create, or wanting to hand out in a way, or just wanting it to be easier for them, they get down on themselves and feel incompetent.
Yep. That's it. Want to dress like the next, be like the next, look like the next, and that's not making them who they truly are, Even if they were to get there.
No. And then that's the tricky part. Like, it's a lot of the times I ask myself, yo, if you get to where you want to be, I ask, what if you're still not happy, or do you think you will be happy? Which that's a big thing, because people think that once they reach a certain point, whether it's money, status, they think like, oh, I'm gonna finally be happy. But the cycle of the world and the cycle of being a human, you always want, you always desire more.
Yeah.
And that's the dangerous thing. It's a dangerous double-edged sword of being complacent, because you'll lose it.
Yeah.
And being more hungry, because everything is, I'm gonna go get that. I'm gonna go get that. To where you work yourself down. Either which way.
Either which way is dangerous. Yeah, either which way is dangerous. It really is. It's just within getting to the,
I just want to throw one joke out there. You look like you ready to hit your Mary J bop with your fit.
Let's get it.
You got your Mary boots on over there?
Not yet. No, I was thinking about which boots to put on. I'm thinking about which boots do I put on today. Yeah, I'm ready to stomp on them.
Not to stump, nah. But it's just,
but yeah, people just need to begin to open up, accept their life as it is now in order to make change. I don't really like the word fix, but to make change for the better of themselves, and then anyone else that possibly is in their inner circle. It could be family, it could be close associates, whatever, But I just say that no one should ever have to suffer in silence. Like I say again, if you can't reach out to your nearest loved ones, pastors, et cetera, then go to someone that you might not know if you feel comfortable. That way they can, it could be just you and no one else around you that that can judge you, or,
I'm gonna
say
say
that nature.
I'm gonna say this just because of my journey. I feel like the best thing for me, as far as I don't think it was a suffering. I feel like it was a lesson. Was that Cuba Gooding Jr. Trey moment, just being able to like punch at air,
Yeah, basically.
Just, really fight yourself. Yeah, I feel like that's a great time. I feel like everybody needs that time though.
Oh yeah, everybody needs it. Even when I hear something about, somebody's going through whatever, I used to always, my advice is always to tell a person, you have to think about self. It's not stingy. You have to truly make sure self is okay before you try to go out here and what is it? Save the world or save your next best whatever, but then you're lacking within yourself. So how can you actually
Hey,
go?
I started cutting people off and warding myself off from the world as I
Mhm,
got older.
mhm,
Do you remember? I enjoy this song whenever I hear it because I understand it and I feel it a lot more now that I'm older.
mhm.
You know the song by Lettucey, "The Pieces of Me," right?
Oh yeah. Oh
The
yeah.
hey, it's just the opening when she say that she feel lonely even though
Mhm.
people are around,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
and it makes in those moments when you like, oh, I got people around, but why are they around? You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
so it's a
Yeah.
weird thing. I don't.
Mhm.
Hey, I isolation isn't healthy
No.
sometimes,
No.
but
But
I feel
alone
like
time is
sometimes
good.
it's needed.
Oh yeah. But I don't like calling it isolation. I'ma just call it alone time.
Well,
Isolating
yeah,
is when you didn't shut off all kinds of entries,
I like
exit
I like to
ways.
I like to think about it as like basketball. I just need, just let me keep the rock real quick and move
Mhm.
out my way.
Mhm. Just
But
cut like
oh, you playing
like
football. But
Kelsey did. But yeah. But yeah, it's I mean, a long time doesn't mean just sitting around watching TV, uh playing games, things of that nature. That's your relaxation time if you're trying to do your hobbies or whatever.
well,
But
now whenever I used to play the game back in the day, I would call that me escaping reality. I don't think
okay.
it's more so relaxing. I feel like a lot of people
Mhm.
escape reality and aren't
Mhm.
actually getting the rest that they
Mhm.
need because they don't know what they need.
Well, just it's a good thing that you looked at that as blocking out reality because other people, such as I, you can turn to substance as far as, drugs, whatever type drugs, but me personally, marijuana. And you can do all kinds of things to try to block out a lot of things that you're going through or have been through in life, and that's just clouding your brain, clouding your space to where you can't move. You stuck in one area. You just know, okay, I got to go to work. I got to come home. I got to pay bills, but
Yeah, yeah. Hey,
still got all
no,
this other stuff going on.
that's the thing about it. That's the thing about it. Like routine and schedule is very great, but if you get
Hmm.
into a depressive schedule to where you look at like, I got to do this, I got
Hmm.
to do that,
Mm.
you know.
Yeah.
Um,
Mm.
but no, I'm over here laughing. I'm over here laughing because when I was thinking about coming back earlier this week,
Hmm.
this is the part that it'd be funny whenever I'm just by myself and I'm, listening to my music or, I get into one of my I feel like it's my stick my chest out, talk my stuff moment, right?
Oh yeah.
So I was like, man, boom, I was just visualizing myself popping off. Then the next day, I'm like, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. I was like, yo, I'm gonna hop on here. I'm gonna address what I want to address. Cause in that moment, I'm like, I'm gonna get all the goofy
Hmm.
mess out the way. I'm a voice how I felt about
Hmm.
certain things and just be like, I'm not entertaining ignorance. So don't bring
Hmm.
ignorance here. Which is still don't
Hmm.
bring ignorance here. Don't.
Yeah. Not at
Yeah.
all. Please keep that over there.
Uh yeah.
Over there.
Don't bring no ignorance. We're gonna talk what we want to talk. We're gonna say how we
Yeah.
feel.
Yeah.
You agree,
With
you
our
don't
chest
agree.
out.
Yeah, if you
Look.
don't agree, you don't agree. But if you don't
That's just
agree,
that.
I'm gonna say this. If you don't agree, let's have discourse. Let's communicate. Let's
Let's
talk about it,
communicate about it. Yeah. Yeah.
That way, because what it is we're not having closed-minded conversation. which a lot of the world has closed-minded conversation. That's what it is when we want. And if we're gonna have closed-minded conversations, bring the facts. But
better bring them messing with Chef Basquiat.
But this space is a space to just communicate the things that you know you got on your mind. Say, for instance, you like, I'm real open to talking about, say, for instance, you just got a random topic, which you can message, Facebook is The More Than Podcast, or you can just message me directly, my G, and I don't have to say your name or whatever. We can just discuss the topic, the moment that you feel like you just want to hear on. Say, for instance, if you want to hear a story pertaining into one of our lives, or, just being transparent about a moment,
we open. open.
And yeah, it's just, let's talk about the things that people normally don't talk about outwardly. That's just all I want to achieve. We'll be back next Saturday with a good topic. I feel like it's going to be a lot of good topics just tangled in one. If you, this will be put back on Facebook for the ones that can't hear, which you should say that real quick.
This episode right here will be put back on Facebook, guys, just in case, you can't hear us now, but it's going to be uploaded for you. You'll be able to hear it.
It'll be the YouTube audio. I'm going to spice it up that way. Me fidgeting with that won't be a thing. So it'll premiere over again on, a lot of great things is coming. Miss Keisha Day gonna have her logo for the ones that can see it on YouTube. You see my logo, my gaming logo, which a lot of new things is coming. We have a lot.
Be on the lookout for some new things coming from Chef Basquiat and Keisha Day.
Hopefully you guys feel the flow and will catch the flow and become more open with just communicating, because back with us.
It starts with you.
So yeah, if you enjoyed parts of it, feel free to clip it and share it with whoever you want. If we hit on the topic or a space,
please
clip share it with whoever you want to have discourse with. But yeah, this has been the More Than Podcast. This has been your boy, Chef Boy Basquiat and
Keisha Day.
All right, y'all.
Have a good one.